Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is 1920 Chicago, the Changeling the Lost Second Edition. Kingdoms of Glass and Cog and Smoke. Yes, I will eventually settle on a actual full name that's shorter than that. This is an 18 and up venue. You cannot play or watch if you are under that age, dear little brothers and sisters. We will begin this scene with Nebula, who, for some reason, has just wandered the city. I'm sure we all know why, but she's eventually found her way back to the Spring Hall.
I guess I'm just gonna come in and just plop down at a table. Kind of put my head in my hand and just kind of rub it.
Margaret and her little golden tassels and thong comes and puts a cup of milk in front of you.
Thank you, darling.
You look like you've been through hell, spat in the devil's face, and ran back.
Because that's exactly what I did.
Oh? Who did you piss off this time? And she'll sit down, cross her legs, and just lean over, pet Nebula's hair.
I found our king.
Oh, that's never good when a spring quarter says they found Angelo.
And I found Mom.
This time Margaret actually looks confused. She goes, "Oh, is she okay? Is she coming back?"
Good, I hope not. I hope she's not coming back.
Margaret looks horrified and very confused.
She's alive. And she tried to kill me.
What?
She's turning.
Margaret's face grows more solemn as she stands up and goes, "One moment." Goes to the bar. Tristan.
Yes'm.
You are on your way to the Spring Hall because Mary asked you to deliver some little cups that she had made and was like, "Take these. I had them made. Give them to Margaret."
All right. So he's basically just doing his porter thing, just trying not to lumber around too much, sort of.
And Vincent, Bianca singing, slightly driving you crazy. You noticed her making extra baked goods and her talking about them for spring quarters.
He'll gather them up. And he's been kind of dealing a little bit more with Bianca singing. He'll ruffle her hair slightly.
She doesn't really respond, but other than her normal, smile and then go back to singing, "Come my little friends," and stuff like that.
He takes the baked goods and this time he waves to all the animals flying through the house. I'm sure they've gotten used to him too now.
Oh yeah, they're perfectly used to him, and they're perfectly clean, amazingly, in your house. It's actually quite nice compared to some of the pets you've seen around the city. So, as you guys arrive, you will notice, for some reason, a lot of the women in the club are tassels and thongs, and the men are thongs and little lace leggings, almost like chaps that go down their legs today.
All right. Basically, yeah, Tristan's response to this, being that there were, gentlemen's clubs and all kind of establishments for people to get drunk, smoke, and have a good time, he's just gonna be like, sort of one shoulder shrug and trying not to drop these little delicate porcelain doohickeys on anything too hard or heavy. And
Yeah, like as soon as you guys walk in, Margaret takes the box of glass, little doohickeys, and sets it on the counter. Welcome back, big guy. And for refresher, Margaret is the flame siren.
and he just kind of raises what would kind of look like an eyebrow on his skull and just kind of gives her a bit of a shy smile. Thank you. It's nice to be seen.
Vinny hands her the basket.
She'll take it a bit on the counter. And she's like, "Would you like to sit with Nebula and I? I mean, Margaret O'Connor's sees everyone, and like eyes go up and down on both of you."
And he just
Vinny just kind of like pats her shoulder, and then walks over towards Nebula.
Looks a little shocked. Like, did this fucker really just deny me?
Yeah, Nebby's just, she still has her head, like her forehead, in her hand and is just rubbing her, like, you can't really say rubbing her nose, but rubbing her nose.
Vinny, the contrast, though, between Margaret and Nebby, Vinny scoots up a chair and takes one of Nebby's hands and looks concerned. He's gently rubbing her hand. Are you okay?
She tried to kill me.
To be fair, I think she tried to kill me more. And he just kind of points to like the 3 massive claw marks on the side of his skull face. Like,
as you guys are talking, a bottle of honey whiskey, 4 shot glasses, and slices of lemon are set down on the table.
Mr. Blackwood, with all respect, she isn't your mother.
and he just sort of like gives her a bit of a sideways cock to his head. So you had a good relationship with your parents?
I had a great relationship, at least I think, with my father. And
he just kind of reaches over, grabs a shot, and shoots it. Well, cheers to that, at least.
And Mom, yeah, I did.
Maybe there's a way for her to gain her clarity back.
Well, there is a way. By the way, Margaret with one arm is holding Tristan's arm and elbow to her chest as she takes her own shot. But I don't think Nebula would be willing to do that.
What is it?
Usually, the last time someone tried to do this, I only read about it. I wasn't there. The person destroyed everyone in their city that was lost and trade for this person to be returned, including destroying themselves for it.
Vinny takes a shot at that, like, oh my god, no.
To heal clarity like that when they're not willing themselves to be healed is extremely hard, and it takes a lot of energy. And very few changelings like us can carry that energy in one vessel.
Yeah.
Maybe there is energy that we can offer up instead. Maybe energy of a true fae.
See, that's the hard part. True fae aren't usable in this contract to heal clarity. they have no clarity to give.
True.
So it would be like trying to cure crazy with a raving bag of mad cats,
As
essentially.
sad as I hate to say this, is most true fae aren't crazy. They're literally dreams. That's all they are. Humans dream up creatures, and those creatures, they don't make sense to us because they're not a logical process. They're a creative process. They don't understand our morality.
And we exist in the in-between, between dreams and reality.
Correct.
So it's either murder everyone and then commit suicide, or let her murder half the population and kidnap the rest.
Or, she says to Nebula, we find a way to contain her. Either keep her in Arcadia or find another way to imprison her until we find either a way to restore her clarity or a way to handle it in another way.
I know a way we were going to trap Angelo.
Oh. And how are you going to do that?
Well, supposedly, he trapped the actual Spring Queen.
At that, Margaret looks very confused. There's never been a spring queen.
Yes, apparently there's this statue of a winged woman that is bound by a goblin contract that is connected straight to Angelo and a goblin that the goblin said was the Spring Queen.
I'm not a hell diver. I don't want to go back into that little pond.
Well, I wouldn't make you if you didn't want to, but sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do. I mean, for now, if you don't want to go, and
I can always go.
I was going to say we're also in a state of war, Nebula, I could instead have Greta and them assign you to support and medical.
That I can do.
I'm more of a scout.
And then I would probably try to get Greta to assign you with Billy, since he usually does a lot of scouting.
What?
Billy, for the past few years, has been scouting when it comes to combat situations for all the courts. He doesn't normally get taken into combat, especially when he's alone.
Yeah, well,
And that is literally a compromise your mother and us came up with, since he was trying to go and fight people alone.
yeah, well, now my mother wants to kill him.
What exactly did she say, if anything?
She would be first.
Technically, she did say I die first. Then it was Billy and then you.
Mm-hmm.
Did she say anything else?
Out of character, Heather's having a brain fart.
She said she would keep you.
Yeah, no, she's gonna keep us.
Okay, then that tells me right there she was not actually trying to kill you and Billy. Hurt you, yes. Kill you, no. True Fae don't kill their creations. And she's going to see you as her creations and toys. Because she may not have human control anymore, but she'll still remember her time of being your mother.
And so she sees you as her creations.
Similar to how the matron saw Vincent here, or my keeper saw me, or Tristan's keeper saw him. We're pieces on a board to them.
I believe the joke was the groundskeeper in charge of making spirits every time I bludgeon someone's skull in.
Yeah, well, apparently both of us made spirits.
You just see this profound look of genuine sympathy for a minute, and then he just goes back to standing ramrod straight and gets back into marine mode.
So Vincent looks back to Margaret. Margaret, let's focus on one thing at a time. And the one thing I think of as a priority is making sure Angelo stays far away.
That's a good idea. He is probably, if he gets back to Arcadia and gets his full power back, no offense to Josie, but he's going to be more powerful. So let's keep that restrained and then deal with the other situations.
It's a priority now because he's in a pocket realm of Arcadia.
Yeah. Hence why I said I'm not a helldiver.
Maybe we should find a helldiver. Tristan, you haven't picked a court yet, have you?
He just kind of looks a little bit shy. I was thinking about it, but between finding out there was a well of blood and weirdness in my property and slaying a vampire thing that bit me on the wrist, I kind of got distracted.
Are you staying in the labyrinth?
Yeah, yes, that's the place.
I thought Yaga would still be around there. She doesn't like other humans, so she does her studying in there.
Well, we found another statue that might have, and last I remember, my keeper was always talking, saying really old stories of lore and things. I guess she was bored, or had someone to talk to while I was being strapped down and transplanted with vines and whatnot. But yeah.
One of her hands is moved to Tristan's thigh, and she's like, "You poor thing."
And there's just this momentary freeze, he just kind of stiffens up for a second and then just kind of quiets down and has a bit of an internal think.
Oh, now that I've got our sweet Mr. Tristan calmed down with his words, what I'm going to do is, Tristan, you're going to go with these two because you're courtless, technically, so you're going to have the most appeal to this helldiver. I'm going to give you an address to go talk to them, and then I will meet you at the labyrinth because I want to see the statue.
Certainly. And, he just kind of stands up, gives her a bit of a courtly bow at the waist, and just kind of...
She kind of, before you get to go, though, she does stop you, and she looks around before she says the next part, and she goes, and I need you to understand, the changeling that made the labyrinth only helped make it on the behalf of Yaga, who is a will worker.
What does that all mean exactly?
She's trying to think of the right word. I'm trying to think of the word you would have used for them in your time. They cast spells.
Oh, you mean shamans and miracle workers and that kind of table wrapper sort of thing?
Mages?
Yeah, I mean that is the word they prefer to be called, but I was also trying to find a word that would make sense to him historically.
Mm-hmm. And he just sort of is processing this, and you can actively like hear like vines rustling and like
I'm
small things inside him moving around.
I'm only saying this because you three are very dear to me, that there's a lot more than us and the true in this world. And sometimes you need to tread lightly when you enter a place.
Yeah, I can understand that. The place just kind of barnacled on to me, being that it was sort of attached to nature and the city and the death of all the workers in the city and the
Are
weirdness.
are you saying there are things more dangerous than the true?
There are things that are probably just as dangerous as them.
He takes a deep breath. Then he looks to Nebula.
Most of those things actually still could have their humanity and morals about them. I'll have to introduce you sometime to a few of them. But for now, let's stick to our own kind till you're more used to and comfortable with this world we're in. After all, happy thoughts take us far. And I'm having so many happy thoughts right now. And she looks between all three of you, licking her lips.
Nebby's gonna actually give a grin and a wink.
Like, Tristan's a bit too freaked out to be like, amorous, but he's like also hadn't gotten attention from a girl in like 5 years. So there's a definite physiological reaction. He's just kind of awkward about it.
Alas, as much as I like Mr. Blackwood, I fear it might hurt him looking at where she had touched him. There's like scorch marks. You didn't feel it burning, but it's there.
Yep. Should I roll for that just as a role effect? Like,
No, it's not actual health damage.
yeah, because I mean, he would have been a bit too distracted to notice and just be like, I was honestly enjoying it, so fair game.
Well, what you're going to need to do is go to the court list, the rebels. That's where most of the Helldivers are stationed. Most of them don't agree, stay neutral so that they can do work without impeding on their personal morale. And if they want to walk away from a job, no monarch can pull that, well, it's your duty as this quarter.
Makes sense.
Yep. I will warn you, Helldivers have fast law. They
Have fast what?
have fastness as their flaw. They're fast thinkers, fast movers, and they can't always control once they start moving, when they move and where they move to. So
Jittery, essentially. They move around a lot.
I mean, they're pretty slow talkers, but the problem is their abilities literally drag them in the middle of a sentence away.
Huh. Interesting.
So one seems to just poof right in front of you. Give it a few minutes to a day.
To a day.
Yeah, sometimes they're forced back to Arcadia and they have to fight their way back out again.
That sounds terrible.
But when you get there, as terrible as it is, they have their uses. You're going to want to ask for a young man and his sister. And you're going to ask for Roy. Roy is the best Helldiver they have. If he's not available, then ask for his sister. Or his cousin. I'm not sure they're actually related because none of them look like the other. But they're Helldivers, it works.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to suggest that, not that I'm a slow thinker or particularly bad at thinking, but Vinny's an excellent talker, so I'll just stand there and look impressive unless he needs me to, do something for him.
He might ask you a question or two, but other than that, he's not going to normally do work for the courts unless there's a lot of pay or a really good reason.
Mhm.
So if you want to tell the court list what's going on, that's your business. I'm not going to command you not to.
Mm.
But they are unaligned to anyone, so might be a good idea to keep certain things secret until we know exactly what we want to do with them and how to do it.
So rather than being elementally aligned, they are more along the lines of wild fae mercenaries?
I guess you could say they're kind of like mercenaries. You'll kind of see when you meet them.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much, Miss O'Connor. I appreciate the audience. And he just kind of holds up his burnt arm. And this is nothing between friends. I appreciate the attention, honestly.
Oh, and Margaret,
Yes, Vincent.
if you could find me tears of true joy, that would be very much appreciated.
True love.
True love. If you could find me tears of true love, that would be very much appreciated.
And she's like now chewing on her finger while she thinks. I will try.
It might be what binds Angelo away.
I will definitely try. I would suck the oil out of a pot if it meant getting those tears for you.
He nods.
And you know how good that one skill of mine is. It protects all my other holes. She says, standing up and walking away from the table.
He snorts and just kind of walks. He's expecting everybody to follow him.
And she is.
Well, he guides them to where they need to go because, yeah. Well, I don't keep track of everything. Vinny, literally has a map of where everybody's at, in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Eidetic memory.
Yeah.
So now there are wild fairy things to think about. And, okay.
I mean, you guys can talk amongst yourselves as you travel, as I set up.
Yeah, and that's just basically his first thought is, now there's other variables. I thought I had the seasonal ones figured out.
Oh, yes, there are court lists. And I've been hearing whispers that there are more than such, but...
As you guys approach the address, which is a very dingy-looking little pub and boarding house, Jebediah somehow just got kind of behind Vince and is like, yep, there's more than that.
Oh, hello, Jebediah.
Hi.
And there's just this slight shifting and a bit of a startle reaction. And like roots kind of dragging on asphalt, his vines just kind of tear up a bit of a chunk as you just kind of see Tristan jump into the air like, don't sneak up on a guy who's at combat training. It's bad for your health.
I'm sorry.
Vinny just chuckles.
Also, you might want to put any damaged property back where you had it before you damaged it, or the princess is going to throw a shit fit.
And you just kind of see Tristan just sort of scooping out like handfuls of asphalt, like filling in the vine like trails. Like,
Since one of my jobs is to greet people, what's up?
We're looking for OOC. What was the name again?
Roy.
We're looking for Roy.
Roy is not here right now. He hasn't been here in about 4 days.
What about the sister or the cousin?
Cousin's not here. Sister's here. Come on in. I'll see if she's not busy. She's usually smoking it up. He looks at Nebula. Not the pipe you're thinking.
Oh, okay.
She hates opium, is all he says.
Yeah, Vinny makes his way in, and he looks for a seat, and he just kind of slips into it elegantly, like he normally does.
Yeah, there's like an actual empty table Jebediah led you to. There's like a space for dancing. It's literally like an old soldiers pub from the 20s. Like sailors, soldiers, all of them come together and drink with girls and listen to swing and all that.
Oh, by the way, Vinny totally looks like the picture I have up right now.
Okay. Jebediah is just kind of smirking at him. He goes, "You got a date later? You're all washed up."
No, I decided to have my hair out of my face.
Looks good on you.
Why, thank you.
He'll just kind of smirk. You notice he actually like is rolled his sleeves up past his shoulders, so you can now see part of the serial of mix that's mixed between letters and numbers on it. Knows what that is.
Yeah. As a war veteran, do I need to make a roll so PTSD is not triggered? Is that a willpower thing?
No, you wouldn't actually know what it is.
Okay, cool.
You were gone when it started happening.
Cool. All right, good to know.
Jebediah, could I see your arm real quick?
He'll hold it out.
He kind of looks at the numbers and everything, and he just silently shakes his head.
Something wrong with my prison info?
No, just that you even have it on there in the first place.
I went to the prison at 2, and every prisoner gets marked.
2 years old.
What do you think happens at a war prison?
Just the sheer amount of incredulous anger just kind of rolls off him for a second.
Hey, at least I looked like a god. I had the god genes. I was born looking perfect. So I wasn't at least put down like mother and father.
He takes his hand and squeezes it.
I'm an adult, Vincent. I'm okay. I've had many years to calm down from this.
Tristan, you can...
Even if you've had years to calm down, those feelings never disappear.
You might want to explain to Nebula and Tristan while I get the princess what I'm talking about. They look confused, and he's going to walk off.
He looks over to Nebula and Tristan. He was taken because sometimes humans take people, and they're very much like the true Fae.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
They have a superiority amongst themselves, and those beneath them are forced to work, forced to starve, forced to die, however they see fit.
So, list?
Yes.
Soon.
And since his vice is kind of wrath, you just see him kind of go very quiet. And there's just this aura of, I am so pissed off, but I have nobody to hit. So I'm just going to sit here and wait till I can hit something.
How soon?
How soon what?
How soon till we could get onto the list? Vinny looks to her. As soon as we get Angelo out of the picture, we need to finish what we started.
Well, I've never interacted with the miscreant in question, but I know both of you have. Um, what exactly would I be dealing with? I mean, he was in the property that I squat in.
You are dealing with an exiled true.
He is a true fae, so he cannot die. He can only be imprisoned.
So weld him in a big iron box, essentially.
No, what we're needing to do is a goblin contract. The one that we discussed when we were over in the goblin market.
Great. So the little horrible people are necessities, which is the only reason why they're around. Okay, good.
I wouldn't say the Hobbs are horrible necessities. They're just, think of them like children who never went to school.
Yeah.
This woman, by the way, has sat down at your table and lit up another cigarette, watching you all.
Vinny smiles. I remember you.
Hello.
Thank you again for standing up for Tiny at the masquerade.
She kind of smiles. You gotta stick out for the ones that stick out the most. I mean, the ogres don't have much difference from us beasts. So, what do you, gentlemen and ladies, need from the courtless?
Nebby is not a fast talker, so she's looking over at Vinny.
Yep. Like
what
Tristan
we're
said,
needing.
he's just looking intimidating.
We're needing someone to delve into Arcadia. Someone to help us get rid of Angelo.
Oh, she perks the fuck up. She looks as happy as a little bunny in a pile of carrots right now.
We have been told that there has been a contract enacted that bound the Spring Queen, which was never put into power, and a certain goblin told us we could take that goblin contract and bind Angelo with it, freeing the Spring Queen.
You hear her purring for a little while, but she stops when you mention this dirty deal. She goes, I have a question. Why are we binding him instead of just killing the fucker?
Because he's an exiled true.
He cannot die.
The music in the whole bar has stopped playing. The people have stopped dancing. The whole room has gone completely silent. And you see her snap her cigarette in half.
Yes.
It almost sounds like a feral cat hissing as she talks. You're telling me those season-aligned, I'm better than thou, asshole bastards of monarchs have been letting a true walk around as their equal while we're stuck in the dirt working under their heel?
Not everybody knew.
Oh no, not everyone knew. But someone of them should have known. And they better be taking fucking responsibility for everything he's been doing to this city.
Oh, I'm making sure of it. One step at a time.
I don't trust you, your winter, nor do I trust the spring quarter there. Your duty's to your season before anything else. You, she points at Tristan, you're going to do a deed for me. I'll do this job for you. Not a problem if it takes out Angelo. But I don't trust any of you till you prove you're trustworthy.
Fair enough. What's the job?
There's a creature wandering the hedge. I want you to kill it and bring me its head.
The hedge is the big bushy thing that was like a green wormhole that I came out of.
This creature looks similar to a serpent, I guess you could say, but it has feathers.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll get to that then. Can you show me where it nests or where the den of the thing is or where it likes to frequent while I'm doing this?
I can show you where it once.
That'll work.
Now, what do you need from me as a hell diver?
He's in a pocket room of Arcadia.
We need to get him out.
I can do that. That's not going to be hard. You just have to offer him something he's never had but once.
Vinny grimaces at that.
Oh, God.
And there's plenty to pick from in the city.
I'm one of them.
Sweetheart.
So,
No
an
offense.
orgy would be what?
Oh, he's had an orgy before. I'm not. When it comes to sexual escapades on that man, yes, he likes new, but that bores him after a while. It's just a repetitive thing he does to pass the time. I'm talking something else he wants.
Oh my God, no.
She looks. Something wrong?
Vinny raises an eyebrow and looks to Nebula.
Like, literally, that was out of character. Because I don't know if she knows that, like the player doesn't know whether or not the Shade is Angelo's daughter.
No, you do not know in game.
Okay. Yeah, that was entirely out of character. I am so sorry, y'all.
No, I get it.
Okay. No. Well, we'll retcon that. That's not what she was talking about, but that is a good idea too. So, I'll put together a plan to handle that, and I expect you'll be back by morning with my head.
Looks like we're going
Yes,
hunting.
we will.
I only trust him to do this job.
Okay.
If you want to follow him and be his support, that's up to him. But you will not have any of the renown from the task being completed.
I'm not seeking renown.
Oh, that is totally fine. I do not require that.
Don't try to sweet talk me, sugar lips.
He just smiles. Why would I do such a thing?
Because you sound like you're in the middle of a courthouse trying to get out of a speeding ticket. Does he always talk like all posh and positive? And
Yeah.
Yes, that's just him.
Oh, God. Well, fuck me.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I used to
no,
be
thank
actual
you.
royalty, and I didn't talk as good as he did.
He smiles. And he just kind of gets up.
Well, when you
Tristan?
return, ask for Betty Collins.
Yes, sir. And he just kind of starts lumbering toward the door. Off to kill a feather snake.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, don't think that you're not getting out of this. I mean, too.
Okay. Just
If I
making
die,
sure.
I don't want to die alone.
And by the way, Vinny turns and looks to her. Either way, if you're not helping us, you're helping Tristan. Thank you either way.
She just shrugs, starts lighting up a new unbroken cigarette, muttering
Then he
about
leaves.
cleaning the court's shit up.
It's a bit weird, but I figured there might be some use in staying in the middle of things. Just kind of.
We really should not have mentioned Angela was true. You do realize this, right? He says that they're walking away.
It's the truth.
Well, it's kind of hard to avoid the fact when he's living in a blood well of death and right next to a Nordic vampire corpse thing dust
So-
pile.
Well,
Wait a minute, Vinny, let me get this straight. We would be asking her to go into a pocket realm of Arcadia.
to stop him, yes.
Sounds about right. And thus
Yeah.
I'm thinking this big snake thing is a big risk for us as well.
You remember what that was like, don't you?
Yes, I do. He just is talking calmly.
And I mean, Tristan as a soldier just has the idea that whatever's good enough for one person to suffer is good enough for the group. He's like,
There are many things that we need to do to help others. It's just the way of things.
amen to that. Now, what's this hedge thing look like, and how do I have to get stuck in it to kill this big snake?
And then Vinny actually touches Nebby's shoulder.
Yes.
Was it not you that asked me to watch?
Yes.
Sometimes things are for a greater cause.
She's done nothing wrong.
We don't even know her.
Fair.
It's not that I was asking for her to do something that she didn't want to do in the first place.
Maybe I was a bit too fast and loose with the facts.
Well, it seemed to get her invested.
Let's just try to think things out a little bit more. Things have been kind of rough, and no one should be blamed for anything. And even still, they would have found out one way or another. I mean, they are going into a pocket realm of Arcadia for him.
And it's better to know before than to sit there and be facing something and you don't even know what it is.
Of course.
They've been doing that for a long time.
Pointed.
They've been doing that with the courts already knowing for a very long time. It's nothing new. Mary knew. Greta knew. Everyone in spring knew. The only one who didn't know was Winter.
So, most of the peerage, essentially.
You knew.
I knew what?
Billy knew. Who else knew before I did, before I was looking right at her?
I didn't know the whole story. Greta told me she would share something. I never got the chance to talk with her. Honestly, I was the last one to find out.
No, apparently I was, and it wasn't until I was looking right at her. I was trying to prepare her. I'm sorry that I spoke out of turn, but
No, I'm not blaming you. I'm just.
As your emotions are running wild, you all feel a hedge entrance nearby, but you're nowhere near the one you know. And the feeling is actually coming from a subway entrance.
Vinny looks to the subway, raises a brow, and he starts walking in that direction.
Talk about literally down the tubes.
I am following because, no oath made of mine is going anywhere without backup. Not with mom running around crazy.
Vinny has a really hot, bad problem about going headfirst into danger.
Yep.
So the hedge entrance feeling gets stronger as you go down the stairs. What's odd is nowhere on the town map y'all were given makes sense for this entrance of a subway to be here. There's no marker for it on the map. And then once you reach the bottom of the stairs, it's like blue and green little cobblestone leading towards what looks like train tracks. But the train tracks are made out of shiny, it's almost like obsidian. It's super shiny, and the lamps are literally just orbs of light chilling on hooks. They're almost like Tristan's pixies, except for they don't talk. And there's all sorts of changelings and hobgoblins waiting by the tracks for something to arrive.
Vinny will approach one of the changelings. What are we waiting for?
It depends where you want to go. For our viewers, this changeling looks like your stereotypical satyr. He is a type of beast.
Well,
Where does it allow us to go?
Well, we're in the hedge, so you could probably, depending which way you go anywhere you want. Us standing here by this red line are waiting for the ride to the market.
Well, looking for a big green feathery snake thing, monster critter.
They all look terrified of what you've just said. They're like, you're looking for a hedge beast? Things look dangerous.
Yeah, so am I.
They point down the path that leads past where they're all standing and sitting and goes, you're going to have to hoof it.
Best of luck, gentlemen. Thank you for the directions.
Vinny hops that way.
The satyr-looking guy does yell after you, "Watch out for huntsmen."
Thank you very much. Apparently they have Stasi here too. Mm-hmm.
Vinny starts walking that direction, but before he does anything, he touches Tristan and Nebby's shoulder. It's dark in here, so just keep in mind I'm still with you even if you don't see me.
Fair enough.
Nebula cares at the moment.
Nebby does care. What you talking about?
Broke her heart.
That, and I think Mom has huntsman after me and Billy both.
Yeah, that's why Vinny is going and disappearing. He disappears in the darkness.
Wonder if I can do that.
No, it's literally just him.
You hear a very low voice, a very familiar little girl's voice go, "No, it isn't." And then little pitter-patter of feet going off the way you came from.
Wait a minute, a familiar voice. Mary's a bright one. There's no...
She's a darkling bright one.
Oh!
Ooh, well, that's a contradiction in terms.
Yeah. Yep. Mary is a will-o-wisp, darkling bright one.
Yeah, that's literally what I based her around to make a will-o-wisp in this game.
Very interesting. I like the combination.
Yep. So, as you go, stuff becomes more... I'm trying to find the right word. It looks like it's starting to decay almost. Almost like you would see in like a zombie movie. Stuff just seems like it's getting old and doesn't fit. And then it starts looking overgrown. And then the further and further you go, the more overgrown and wild it looks.
Someone needs to clean out your subways.
I'm suddenly feeling a bit like home.
Not
Home
good.
is where the heart is.
Really?
And he's molded into the shadows too, so I'm imagining this is coming out like a very nasty sibilant kind of a hiss with just like the shadows moving. Oh, great.
The shadows aren't really moving, but there is a hiss. But you've also noticed now that it's completely furled, there seems to be sunshine coming down through the branches, and it's looking, instead of like woods, more like a jungle, very tropical.
So we heard a hiss?
Yes. But you haven't been able to quite see what's hissing. It just seems to be like it'll hiss, and then you can hear it getting further away.
Vinny is staying like completely invisible, and he's trying to see if he can find it.
Oh.
Slowly trudging in the direction of the hissing.
Oh, you just want to charge? You don't want to do any kind of rolls?
No. I'm moving in the direction. That's all I'm saying.
No.
I'm like,
let Vinny do it. Vinny is stealthy.
Actually, I would like all three of you guys to roll a wits investigation roll before anything else.
no problem. I just got my dice roller up. And what is 2 and a roll? 3 and an 8.
Let's see.
One success.
Okay, and I will roll mine. You know, Vinny has insane wits investigation. Let's hope.
Oh, your sneakiness.
And I have 4 successes.
Okay.
So me and Nebula both got 1, and he's got 4. So following the Greyhound.
6. I think that brings
Oh wait,
6.
I forgot acute sense.
Yeah,
I'll roll 1 extra die.
for this, yes. Uh-oh, someone actually closed their shit, I think. Well, when he gets back, I'll tell him what he got. For each of you guys getting 1 success besides him, now that he's back, all y'all guys really see is you can track by the sound. You don't really see anything else. For Mr. 4 successes, you actually see broken branches, multicolored feathers, and you hear the hissing you can track by.
Okay. Vinny will whisper that they should follow where they see broken branches, because he'll actually break a branch every now and then and place it in their path.
Mm-hmm. And it's just monkey see, monkey do. Anything Vinny's doing, I'll pretty much do, and try not to be like a lumbering, scary guy that's going.
No, you don't have to break branches. He was just saying he's going ahead and letting you know where he's at because he's invisible.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. I didn't know if the visibility still held or not.
As you guys go, you start to come to a clearing with a very large stone figurine of a man with a feathered headdress and all that. It is not a black stone like the other statues you found. Be happy. It just looks like it's a decorative. Somebody made it and put it here. You sense no glamour off of it.
Did
But
we move towards the Amazon in
That's
this
actually
series?
what it looks a lot like. And as you get closer to the statue, you see something multicolored, mostly green though, with wings, making a spiral pattern down the statue with only its head sticking up at the top. It's over itself. Hold on a moment.
Oh, well, Vinny tries to make sure that they stay in cover.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan and other players, if you guys would like to roll a wits occult roll, you're more than welcome to.
Oh,
okay.
Absolutely.
I'll roll wits occult.
Because Josh knows all about this thing, but I'm not sure my character would. I'm going to spend a willpower on this, by the way.
Alrighty.
9 6 plus willpower.
2 successes.
2 successes.
So 2 successes. How many did you get, Josh?
2 plus the willpower.
Alright.
I got 1 success.
Vincent, you swear you've read something in Mayan history about this. You don't know. Nebula, there's been books you've read at your keepers that other kids and stuff have brought with them. And you remember one of the changeling children your keeper had having a necklace with this type of thing on it. Tristan, you remember a story a slave told you once at your family's estate. You don't remember what it's called or what it did. You just remember it was just something a slave had talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. You said, I remember something. Would eidetic memory apply?
Not with the situation with other issues going on, and it's not like you've remembered a lot of knowledge about it.
Oh, okay.
It was just something you kind of skim read in class because you were bored and the teacher told you to.
Mm-hmm.
So it is sitting there. It is hissing. It has disturbingly yellow saliva that drips out of its mouth when it hisses. And I will give all 3 of you this. You all know what bright colors in nature mean.
Mm-hmm.
Poison.
Yep.
Poison, stay away from me.
Yep. And
prey pretending to be a predator.
see, that's the thing. You know about my kith gifts. So my question is, do you think the Saragossa thing that I showed you about bonding with animals would have anything to do with this?
What does it do exactly again?
Basically it's this really neat trick that if I meet an animal and make eye contact with it, I can bond with it for one night until the next sunrise or until the next dawn.
Do you have to roll anything?
Not that I know of. I think it's basically just like an auto power.
I'm gonna say you need to roll because I know which kith you're talking about, and we're still working on that.
Yep. What you want me to roll? I'm glad to roll anything. I just want to see if it'll work.
Oh, hold on and let me check my rolls because I have some set up for this. I just didn't think you would be using it yet.
Well, it's a big scary snake beast. I don't want to get eaten by it, so yeah.
So I would say composure and empathy or expression.
Okay, composure empathy works great, and I will roll that for you presently, and I'm spending a willpower on this bitch.
Okay.
Do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hoping that I don't miss. And 9, 5, 4, 7, 6, 6 plus willpower.
So 2 successes.
Yep.
You feel like you can understand it better, but you're not able to control it.
Yeah, yep. That's fine. And he just kind of like leans up to this thing. And he's just trying to express himself a little bit. I'm not trying to kill you. I don't mean you any harm yet, but I was sent on a job to dispose of you. I would like to find an alternate means of handling the situation.
Don't mind me, I'm just rolling at 7 dice of willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Don't me. It continues to hiss. You do notice it's not moving off or away from the statue or getting closer to you guys or moving further away from you guys. It acts like it understands your English when you talk to it or each other, by the way, but it's not speaking to you at all.
Yeah, so I'm
it started like drizzling its spit like a pattern in front of it, between you guys and it.
Yeah.
Vinny kind of looks at the pattern, but he's keeping his distance.
It's just a line that it's making around the statue and it.
Watching, it's kind of like body posture, and I got like 2 9s on that one. So I'm kind of getting from its body language, sort of like where it's leaning towards emotionally, like if it's going to lunge towards me or something.
It's not going to lunge towards you, but it doesn't want you to get closer.
Vinny like kind of looks at the lion and he realizes that it's protecting that statue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He pulls out his slingshot. He can't attack. If he attacks, he immediately is like seen again. So he just kind of swivels around the statue, kind of like looking at it.
Okay, what are you looking for? Like,
is there any spot on it that looks like is less scaly or like something that would hurt a lot more if you hit it?
No. The closest to that it has is eyeballs and then the inside of its mouth.
So you're looking for a smog spot on this thing.
Yep. So the closest thing is eyeballs or mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my thing gets an automatic success on firearms.
Okay.
I am not using that Arcadian blade.
He flings Arcadian steel at one of its eyes.
Roll difficulty 9.
'Cause it's
Auto success.
How is that an auto success?
You said the slingshot gets an auto success.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, I forgot you had that slingshot. God damn it.
By the way, it's Dex firearms, right?
Yes.
It's diff 10, right? Because I don't have firearms.
Yes.
Okay. Spending a point of willpower, too. Oh. Holy shit, I got a success.
Well, okay.
Because it's 10 again, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 4 successes on a firearms roll. To its eye. With no spec. With no dice and firearms.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. I need you to roll me 4 d10s and tell me what you got.
Okay. Man, after this, I'm probably gonna have to leave too.
Yeah, because we've been going an hour, but I figured this shouldn't be too long to do this little mini thing.
I got 1, 5, 5, 2.
Okay, that's translates into 2 health damage for it. That was bashing, not lethal. Yes, your slingshot counted as bashing at the moment.
Ugh.
It lets out a very loud chicken-like squawk.
Well, Vinny
Leads
immediately becomes visible.
Hold on. Leads its head back, mouth open, and you can hear a crackling sound. And as its throat, the center of it starts to glow a bluish color.
Oh shit.
You had to piss off a dragon. This is literally Tristan's first line.
I love the fact that Tristan thinks this is a dragon.
Yep. He doesn't know, Mesoamerican shit, but he knows dragon.
God, what is my dodge?
So you can try to dodge. I mean, there's plenty of trees and stuff if you guys want to try to hide behind that.
Yes.
I also need to know what everybody's wearing. Do you have any metal on you? Do you have any other materials on you? That sort of thing.
Honestly, Vinny probably has a wallet.
A wallet from modern times or current times?
Current times.
Okay.
And maybe a belt, because men always wear belts, and that.
Yep.
Well, under the jacket of his business suit, Tristan has a harness that has that axe and the rather ornate snake-looking sword thing. But he's just kind of walking around like, kind of gangster chic with the pinstripe suit and shit.
Yeah, as soon as it started glowing like blue, Vinny like literally jumped into the tree line for cover.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I rolled really well on Dex Athletics to try and, duck the fuck out the way of the fire.
Okay, I will roll Dex Athletics too.
Yes.
I have
roll the
one
roll.
athletics.
I'm
going to put in the point of willpower.
let's see. I need my dex. Oh, this thing's got 5 in dex. It's got 2 in that. This is going to be a fun roll.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
Side
I'm
chat
on
what you all,
die.
just put in the side chat what you all
Wow.
roll.
Okay.
I got a 1, a 6, and a 7. So while
Okay,
we
Vinny,
don't have
we get it. You failed that. I
Okay.
need to know what the others are. God.
All right. 8, 6, and a 10.
Okay.
I got a 9, a 7, a 3, and a 10.
So Nebula's safe. Tristan,
Vinny bot.
I got some bad news for you. One, don't cancel this. Unfortunately, your difficulty is higher because you are carrying metal on you.
Yeah.
So as you go to dodge, you feel like, yes, I'm making it. Then you feel a static sensation starting at the bottom of the weapons and working its way throughout your whole body.
It's electricity.
Yes. As lightning shoots through you, thanks to the weapons you're holding. Vinny, you have the same sensation. But since you're not carrying metal on you, it's not as bad.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't burn. It's just that static, oh fuck, what just hit me?
Yep. Rolling stamina, right?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Does Vinny need to roll too?
Yes. Nebula, you're amazed you survived this.
8,
Because
9, 10.
as they
Wait.
roll, you dodge Nebula, and all you see is these two being hit by electricity.
Wait, do we roll? We roll defense, right? Not just stamina.
Your defense will deduct from how much damage it is when it's done. I'm still
Oh,
rolling
okay.
the damage right now.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Not sucking too
Oh, I got
terribly.
an 8 and a 2, so an 8. So that means 1 away.
Sweet.
You got mine?
Yeah, I'm rolling damage. Hold on. Now, what
Yep.
are each of your defenses?
Mine is 3.
Okay.
Mine's 4.
Okay, so it only does 1 damage to each of you.
Whew. That's not bad, but
Like,
still.
it's not a super hard hitter, but it's still a, oh fuck, what am I doing? Why did I agree to do this moment?
Yeah.
I've noticed, even though you've retreated, it has not pursued you. It is still around that statue defensively.
Yep. You had to shoot it, didn't you? You just had to shoot it.
Well, it's a job, right? We need to finish it.
True, I was trying to resolve it so we wouldn't get eaten, but
How's its eye? Is it one of its eyes closed?
Yeah. In fact, its blood is yellow too, by the way.
Well, better finish what we started.
Fair enough. And
Vinny takes his slingshot and flings one for the other eye.
God damn it. Roll.
And it was diff 9, you said, so it's diff 10.
Yes.
Okay. I got 1 success to hit the other eye.
Okay, roll your damage. Let's see how much you actually do.
It's 1d10.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
Yeah, no. It literally it blinked as it went in, so it was like it snorted like you heard it, but it didn't do any actual damage.
Vinny didn't get this one, so you guys. Now that he realized it doesn't really hurt as bad as he thought it was going to.
Yep.
Nebula, are you gonna do anything besides hide from the lightning?
The medic never goes into the fray.
Yep.
Literally, because you're just.
I was just asking what you were up to.
Yep, the medic. If the medic is going into the fray, the shit has just gotten seriously real.
Yep.
Vinny's not really a combat person, but he's doing it. He's doing it hard.
Fair enough.
All I really have is an Arcadian blade.
Mm-hmm. So.
And I can't get close enough to it to do anything, and I really don't want to use it.
I'm going to ask for an ST call. Since the electricity stuff is running through my body, can I use it for an elemental weapon?
If you wanted to apply it to your elemental weapon, you could.
All right. Excellent.
Although every time you bend your fingers, it feels like static electricity right now.
Yep. So, what was the role for that particular contract?
Hold on, I'll look it up.
Thank you.
Ew.
She's so mad right now.
I'm still very grateful about it.
Recently, Vinny has been kind of out there.
Your presence, survival, and weird.
Okie dokie. And we'll see how that goes. And the 1 and the 2 and rolling. 9, 9, 8, 10, 7.
A good way to describe this. Is it the sword or the axe you're using?
Yeah, basically he's channeling this crazy static electricity along the sword, so now he's holding a messed up lightsaber thing with Jormungandr all over it.
It actually doesn't really look like a lightsaber because you got enough successes. I'm going to let you have your trick also.
Cool.
Which is basically, you wanted your electricity at first, but the first thing that came out was your shadows along the blade. Then you got little sparks of blue along it. Now the question is, will you do anything against the creature that spat it at you?
Mm-hmm. And he just kind of mouths, I didn't want it to end this way, and rolling Dex Athletics to try and do the decapitation maneuver with the freaking sword. Okay. And the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4. Spending a willpower on this.
Okay.
8, 9, 7, and a 4. Plus the willpower.
Are you done with your rolls?
Yep. Did you get it?
No, I didn't hear you say what your rolls exactly were.
All right. 8, 7, 9, 4 plus willpower.
So 3 successes.
Yeah. So roll your damage, and then I'll tell you how much its defense deducts.
All right.
So it's 3d10.
Yep. Plus, I guess,
Plus-
my strength.
No, you just roll 3d10 and then an extra one.
Okay. Boop. And 10, 10, 1, 5.
2 tenths.
Yep.
You actually get close enough. You hit it right in its mouth. Like you went to just swing towards its neck, and it went to lurch away and shoot again, and you got it right there in the back of its throat, and it's gagging on the tip of your sword right now, trying to pull away. Also leaves it open to an attack of opportunity from either of your friends, since it's busy gagging on a sword of elemental. By the way, your shadows do affect it. The electricity does not.
All right. So it gets the blinded effect from the shadows, essentially.
Okay, I will roll for to hit the other eye again.
Let's see.
Holy shoot. I got 3 successes. Okay. With 3 successes.
Mm.
1, 5, and 6. Jesus Christ. I don't get good on damage at all.
You got one success there.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're slowly nicking away at it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I have to go to bed though, so.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. I am trying to figure out what I can do other than sit there.
I mean, you have weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
So-
close?
It's about 10 feet from you right now.
Yeah, the only weapon I have is like that knife.
Mm-hmm. And
I can start going towards it, but it's not going to be it's not going to give me the attack of opportunity.
mm-hmm. And the weird thing is, you can tell he definitely didn't want to like just randomly kill this thing. You can actually see his shoulders kind of slump and just be like, "Do I bring nothing but death to a damn situation?" And he's just kind of moving up closer in like the Shadow of the Colossus kind of a style, like trying to get the sword out of its freaking mouth and finish this
And
thing
it's
off.
already sped it out. It's like sitting there making gagging sounds, even though it's sped it out, because you literally hit it like right in the uvula.
Yep. So, grabbing the sword.
Grabbing the sword, you.
Yep. And going to try for another one of those decapitation throws because I have no freaking weaponry skill.
All right. I'm assuming when I give out XP, you're buying some weaponry skill.
Yep. Dex Athletics. Da-da-da-da. And 9, 10, 1, 1. So, mother.
You're fine. Ones don't cancel.
Okay. Okay. So, trying to whiff the sword at the thing again.
So how many successes was that there?
9 and a 10.
So 2 successes. It hits and it doesn't go all the way through. It's got like a quarter inch into the scales and it's now stuck hanging from its throat. I need you to roll damage, 2d10.
Okay. Rolling my damage. Boop, 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 boop. 8 and a 9.
You actually do 2 damage. You rolled higher than its defense, so.
Okay.
A defense can't cancel things that are higher than it, from what I'm reading in my ST book.
Okay.
Watch luck, I'm reading the wrong thing and fucking this up, but I don't care.
Yep, it's alright.
Nebula.
Yep.
You are watching the sun slowly hack away at it. It's almost dead, you think, because now it's got a sword just hanging from the side of its throat. But you also notice that this time its throat is glowing yellow and it's looking towards Tristan. As it leans its head that is injured back as best as it can, it starts getting ready to blow.
Am I close enough to do anything?
Again, you're 10 feet away, unless you moved earlier and I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I moved.
Okay. Where'd you move to? How many feet?
I'm guessing, like one standard action worth of moving.
So you moved about 8 feet forward to the next closest tree. That was, towards the enemy and Tristan. Tristan, you do know this is a different color than the electricity.
Yep. So, he's honestly gonna be a bit worried because last time the last one hit him no matter what he did, so he's still gonna try and dodge. And Dex Athletics, thank goodness I'm rolling good on these. And 4, 9, 3, 10.
310?
Yeah, 4, 9, 3, 10.
Okay. So the 9 and the 10 are a success.
Yep.
Alright. So Nebula, by the way, you're safe. You're behind the tree still. It's not even paying attention to you because Tristan's the asshole right now in its eyes. Tristan, what exactly were you trying to do?
Dodge out of the way of whatever poison sputum it's about to fling it my way.
I'll give you this, sort of. As you dodge, Nebula, you can actually peek around and watch from the opposite way it's flying. It's a yellow goo it shoots out of its mouth this time. Some of it actually hits your foot, but it doesn't hurt you because this toxin does not affect you because of your blood.
Huh.
Because Tristan isn't exactly a normal, fleshy, living person anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Nebula, though, due to your medical training in the Arcadia, you do know this is a poison. Well, not a poison, a venom. I think it's venom.
Yeah. Usually if something excretes and it's venom.
Yeah. I was like, hold on, wait, which one is it? Is the poison that you eat it hurts you, or is it the venom?
Yeah. If something produces it, it's a venom.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
There.
So trying to wrench the sword from the thing's throat. I didn't want it to be this way, I swear. I didn't mean for it to end this way.
I'm actually going to give you an extra D10 because you are playing into your honorable warrior nature.
Yep.
So enjoy that.
All right.
And yes, dear viewers who have messaged me on Facebook, I do add shit. Because I'm the ST, I can do what I want. If I want to give my players something fucking extra because I think they're playing on their backstories, I fucking will.
Yep. 10, 8, 9, and 115. So, 3 successes if the ones don't cancel.
Ones don't cancel. It actually goes about halfway through its neck this time. And it is screaming. It almost sounds human-like when it screams in that agony.
I know. It'll almost be over. I promise it'll. And basically, I'm just imagining, like, Tristan, like, almost kind of garroting this thing as he's just shoving the sword through its neck, like, just trying to kind of, like, cradle it as he's lowering it to the ground.
Because I assume Nebula isn't going to take any combat, right?
Mm,
At this point, you can see it's a little about the halfway through the neck.
Yeah, it's dying.
As you do your final blow, Tristan, it starts to morph in shape. Like, as soon as the head is gone, the head stays looking the same, but the body starts shrinking and changing into a more human form. A female form that is headless now. Still covered in feathers and scales, though.
Yep.
And you can now see more clearly, because you're up closer, there's actually a nest of eggs at the bottom of the statue with long grass around it.
And just Tristan is literally getting off of the, poor shrunken body and digging a hole, trying desperately to remember, whatever Latin he learned in school, and just kind of
this.
Just, looking over at the freaking defenseless eggs, just traumatized and kind of heartbroken because he just, feels terribly responsible for this and definitely didn't want to just kill this poor thing. Like, oh God, I literally am poison. I am toxin to everything I touch. There's just.
Now the question is, what are you going to do about the eggs? You've buried the body.
And he just kind of looks over and like,
well,
do and he just, I guess he picks up the nest and as gingerly as away as he can, it's like, trying not to break them or screw with them in any way, because to him, these are just little innocent things that haven't even had a chance to be, vicious or good or whatever the hell they're going to be.
Well, she didn't ask for eggs.
I think I have enough blood on my hands without murdering babies. I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to hold it up to the light. One egg.
You can actually see something inside the shell moving around. These are fairly long. I'd probably give them a couple more weeks and they're going to hatch. And the shell is it's almost jewel-like when it's held in the light, how it shines.
Well, we're taking.
I'd like to see anyone try and stop me. Of course we're taking them. I feel bad enough as it is.
Let me see if I can explain something to you, Tristan. Angelo fucks people to death.
Mm-hmm.
He is not a nice person. Repeat after me. Assuming that this is an innocent, it would be collateral damage. One death to stop how many more?
And you just actively just see him kind of compose himself a little bit. Fair enough. And I suppose if I can do anything to look after the children, young, whatever, maybe I can make a down payment on some of the blood in my ledger.
Well, there are incubators.
Sounds like a fair enough idea.
Do you know how to take care of one of these?
Yeah. I'll learn. I'll pick it up.
You say so.
Do either of you have common sense?
Actually, yeah, that's one of the merits I took.
Common sense would tell you that it's probably easy to learn how at somewhere in the hedge. Mm-hmm. Either Goblin Market, maybe talk to some other changelings, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. So I'll go into Hawk, I'll learn, and...
But there are 4 eggs total.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry that was a person. I mean, that's terrible. And a mother to boot. Just... Oh well, if this bastard dies, I guess it'll make some sense out of it.
He won't die, he'll just be contained.
Well, if I had any say to the matter, I'd be his personal jailer and shove a pineapple up his ass every day.
So, you're collecting the eggs. Who's carrying the eggs? Who's carrying the head?
I'm carrying the eggs.
Okay, so I'm taking the grizzly trophy of this poor person and just like...
Which the head didn't change back, so it literally looks like a feathered snake head you're carrying.
Yeah.
You start heading back as you reach the train station, we'll call it. Subway station. The other changelings are just returning. They're getting off what looks like a very steampunk subway train, but it also looks like it's alive, like parts of it are moving, like organically. And like the satyr guy's getting off with a big bag of what looks like goblin fruit, both of you, literally looks at the head you're carrying and says, "Oh fuck," and just walks away.
Hey, yeah. You know the irony of this?
What?
I was named after the Irish Grail Knight. I just slayed a dragon, and I feel like the lowest scum of the earth right now.
She'll reach over and pat him.
And he just kind of slowly walks back to where they had the meeting with the boss lady.
She takes the head. She thanks you for your service. And she says, when you're ready to enact the plans, I will meet you wherever you wish. You are now going to be my contact between those bastards and I. The court lists do not like being used. Was there anything else there when you killed the thing?
And he just kind of shoots a look at Nebby. No. Everything else is taken care of.
He's putting the eggs on the table.
Her eyes kind of narrow. She's like, I don't know what those are. If you want to keep that, that's fine. I don't like shiny jewels anyway.
And he just kind of huddles them close to his chest. I need to find a damn incubator.
She looks extremely confused.
It was a mother.
Do I look well? Hopefully the children die too. I hate hedge beasts. And she will walk off with the head.
Mm-hmm. And as Tristan's walking away, he'll just kind of look down, and when he gets a sufficient amount of feet away, he'll just spit on the ground like, I don't even know what the mother was. Maybe it was a monster, but to blame infants for the same sin is unconscionable to me.
Some things it's just in their nature.
So, was I made to kill then? Was I nothing more than a weapon? What?
Am I nothing more than a torturer?
I don't know. To me, I've never seen you do anything like that, and I don't think I want to. I'm afraid I'd be tempted to strangle you, no offense.
None taken.
I highly regard you and think of you as a healer, and I'd rather keep that image than the Inquisitor.
Oh, but my friend, heal and harm are just simply ways of enacting the same knowledge.
I know. And you just kind of see him walk away with just this very deep slump to his shoulders.
So, where are you headed?
He's headed off to the goblin market to try and, make some deals with some, goblin folks.
I won't make you really roll for this. Quite a few of them do try to offer to sell you the information. You do come across Bianca there, who explains that most hedge beasts are omnivores. They eat both goblin fruit and flesh. And when you take them in the real world, they don't normally look like what they would look like in the hedge. So it is a little harder to feed them there.
Mm-hmm.
You will notice, like, the creatures before they went into the hedge and the goblin market, where they look like birds and rabbits and stuff, but once they were inside the hedge, they looked like little creatures of folklore and fairy tale.
Exactly.
She will also tell you the easiest way to feed a hedge beast is actually to get your own food, either from the human world, from the grocery store, or to go find food in the hedge rather than try to trade for it in market, because they will rip you off in the market for, like, goblin fruit.
And he'll just pat her on the head and just be like stroking her. Thank you very much. I know you didn't need to help me, and I know you have strained issues with your emotions. I genuinely appreciate the effort and care.
She will literally smile and in a high-pitched sing-song voice go, "I don't know what you mean," and then trot off singing.
Mm-hmm.
Nebula, before we wrap up this scene, as you arrive home, you will notice everything that belonged to Josie that was in your apartment is gone. And Billy is literally sitting on his couch, the sofa of y'all's little living room, eating. Hold on, I need to check my notes. Eating a bowl of cornflakes, because that was made in the 1920s.
Where is Mom's stuff?
Continues eating. Between bites, goes, "Don't know. Got here and it was all gone." Looked like it was her when she was leaving, but she didn't say anything. She literally walked right past me. I don't think we should stay here anymore, at least in this apartment unit.
Yeah.
helps any, she had these 3 big guys with her. They helped her move most of the stuff. She called them Thing 1, Thing 2, and Thing 3.
Ugh.
The only other name I heard mentioned is she also called them My Lovely Hunters. I'm not sure what's up. But she did leave a note for you by the fridge.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Has the world gone as crazy as it feels like it has?
Ask me that in a few moments.
Okay.
And I'm going over there and I'm reading.
As you do that, you hear Mickey Mouse, the old black and white cartoons, click on because those were made in the 20s too. Thank you, Google, for the answers. The note simply says, I know where you are. I can come and keep you at any point. I think I'll take the boy first.
She'll crumple the note. Look over at Billy.
Who right now is trying to take a few moments to be a normal child with Mickey Mouse and cereal. Because shit has hit the fan and he doesn't want to deal with it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. I'll give him the 5 minutes that I promised.
Okay.
Go over there, sit and watch Mickey Mouse.
And with that, we can end the scene, and when we pick up tomorrow, you could describe what your shenanigans with Billy were, and Tristan can describe how he sets up the eggs and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, thank you, viewers, for watching. Thank you, players, for playing. Stay the fuck out of trouble. This has been Chicago in the 1920s, Changeling the Lost.